IRS says churches can endorse candidates from the pulpit. Washington. The Internal Revenue Service said Monday that churches and other houses of worship should be allowed to endorse political candidates to their congregations, carving out an exemption in a decades-old ban on political activity by tax-exempt nonprofits. The agency made that statement in a court filing intended to settle a lawsuit filed by 2 Texas churches and an association of Christian broadcasters. The plaintiffs that sued the IRS had previously asked a federal court in Texas to create an even broader exemption to rule that all nonprofits, religious and secular, were free to endorse candidates to their members. That would have erased a bedrock idea of American nonprofit law, that tax-exempt groups cannot be used as tools of any campaign. Instead, the IRS agreed to a narrower carve-out, one that experts in nonprofit law said might sharply increase politicking in churches, even though it mainly seemed to formalize what already seemed to be the agency's unspoken policy. The agency said that if a house of worship endorsed a candidate to its congregants, the IRS would view that not as campaigning but as a private matter, like a family discussion concerning candidates. Thus, communications from a house of worship to its congregation in connection with religious services through its usual channels of communication on matters of faith do not run afoul of the Johnson Amendment as properly interpreted, the agency said, in a motion filed jointly with the plaintiffs. Advertising neither the IRS nor a lawyer for the plaintiffs responded to a request for comment Monday evening. For years, the IRS has seemed deeply leery of punishing religious leaders for political statements made during worship. But the experts said this was the first time that the agency had formally said such statements were not just tolerated but explicitly legal. It basically tells churches of all denominations and sects that you're free to support candidates from the pulpit, said Lloyd Hatoshi Mayer, a law professor at the University of Notre Dame who has studied regulation of political activity by churches. It also says to all candidates and parties, hey, time to recruit some churches. Ellen P. April, a professor emeritus at Loyola Law School in Los Angeles, said she believed that the IRS decision would set off new debates about its limits. What if a church posts endorsements online? Communications meant for congregants could easily reach people unconnected to the church family. It's not going to be limited to just their membership, she said. Even Las Vegas doesn't stay in Las Vegas these days. Everybody has a webpage.